Ladies and gentlemen, this is a YouTube show in which you are brought Slot Machine Sunday, Money Cards Monday, Tic Tac Tuesday, Whammy Mania Wednesday, Thundercracker Thursday, and Flinging Dice Friday and Saturday Superstarcade. Also wrestling news from Raw, NXT 2.0, AEW Dynamite, NXT UK, Impact Wrestling, SmackDown and 205 Live, and AEW Rampage, and special episodes from Road and Up, Cyber Swaggin', and the philosophies of Lee McLeese. Ladies and gentlemen, this is the YouTube show of fun, of knowledge, strategy, luck and daring, and mental shenanigans. This is WEML-TV Channel 77. And now here's the host of the show, live from New Bedford, Massachusetts. It is none other than Eric M. Lima. Thank you very much, Mr. Wonderful Announcer, sir. Well, hello there. This episodic YouTube channel vlog show is brought to you by your friendly neighborhood sweet bumbling wolf raver. Meaning I appeared on the following podcast. Made an appearance on the following StreamYard Network community podcast shows made from my friends over at Discord community I've met on Discord. And 2 of these 4 podcasts I am a regular panelist of. Meaning I've appeared on Bofus and the Sofas. Actually, first, the Bumbling Bozos Variety Program every Saturday at 9 on the Eyebrow Bros Studios YouTube channel. Also, Bofus on the Sofas every Monday afternoon at 5 on the Mr. Garrison 96 YouTube channel. This coming Monday is their 200th episode. I don't know what's going to happen, but it'll be a time of celebration to congratulate the Bofus boys on 200 episodes. I'm a panelist, one of 6 panelists on the Rate and Rave podcast every Thursday night at 8 on the Brandon Martin YouTube channel. And also I'm one of 4 panelists of the soon to return, pretty soon, the Two Sweet Wrestling podcast on the Elite JCTV channel, hosted by the man who runs it, Mr. Joseph Cumia Jr., who will determine the days and times of when it returns. And once he relays that information to me and my other the other panelists, I will relay that information to you. I'm also the 5-time Can You Dig It Sucker? Because you can't see me. Bumbling Bozos Bozy Awards nominee. For 2021, will I be a nominee of this year, 2022? I don't know. But however, my name is Eric Lima, and you're watching WEML TV Channel 77. The channel that was once known in the first season as the People's Lima, aka TPL, and in the second season was known as EML 77 TV. But this is episode number 1321 of the show. June the 21st, 2022, 10:14 p.m. Just got done watching NXT 2.0. As you know, the road to the Great American Bash, 2 weeks from today, ladies and gentlemen. That's right. And we're going to get right on going. Both competitors for the main events match, the North American title on the line, arrived at the NXT arena earlier this afternoon. That would be Carmelo Hayes and Tony D'Angelo. But it actually started off with Solo Sikoa going up against Grayson Waller. And before the match started, Waller runs his mouth, so Sikoa fights him, and the match was going good until Grayson Waller yanked one of the turnbuckle pads off and used that against Solo Sikoa, giving him the victory over Grayson Waller over Solo Sikoa. And Mackenzie Mitchell interviewed the D'Angelo family. He says, well, you know, Cruz and Del Toro and Joaquin Wilde was when facing the Dynamite team of Roderick Strong and Damon Kemp. And Tony D'Angelo goes, they'll be held to pay if anything goes wrong. A little bit more information on that. Well, guess who's coming to NXT 2.0? recognize the voice and I recognize the face. He was once known as Jordan Devlin, but now he's going by the name of J.D. McDonough. That's right. J.D. would be the initials of Jordan Devlin. But McDonough is the last name. He's never been guessed an ace. He'll be coming to NXT 2.0. And that will make interesting things a lot more interesting than usual. So Jordan Devlin will be known in NXT UK, but he'll be known as J.D. McDonough coming to the States in NXT 2.0. Women's tag team action: Katana Chance, formerly known as KC Catanzaro and Kayden Carter, to team up against Yulisa Leon and Valentina Feroz. Heck of a matchup, but Chance and Carter did defeat the lovely Latinas to once again cement themselves as possible leading contenders for the NXT Women's Tag Team Championships. Wesley decided to address the NXT universe, and he also referred to his former partner, Nash Carter, and he had to fight back the tears. He had to fight back those tears, and I'll tell you one thing, for Wesley to even, he doesn't have to mention the man's name, but he knew. He knew. That's all I'm going to say. He knew. But then Trick Williams, being the idiot that he is, interrupts Wesley, and basically, he runs his mouth, and then Wesley goes, "How about you and I face each other?" And then Trick Williams goes, "Nah, on my time." And then Tiffany Stratton sits down and starts complaining about Wendy Chu. Otherwise, shut up, quit complaining. The problem with her, challenge her to a match, step in the ring with her, and try to beat her. Dude. Ugh, it's Tiffany Stratton. Come on, seriously? Like I said, the tag matchup, Diamond Mines, Roderick Strong, and Damon Kemp took on Joaquin, Wilde, and Cruz del Toro. And Strong and Kemp did pick up the victory after Stacks, or Two Dimes trips up. Trips up Cruz del Toro. It'll get worse for the D'Angelo family on this one. Meanwhile, Mackenzie Mitchell interviewed Giovanni Vinci, and Giovanni goes, "Hey, listen, I do everything in style." Ike Minjiro interrupts and says, "You got style, but are you style strong?" I guess we'll have to find out. Looks like, and then he starts complaining to Mackenzie in Italian, and Mackenzie had no idea what he's saying, but whatever. So it'll be very interesting to see how that develops. Apollo Crews promo number 2. He was writing down stuff in his journal down the street, and then he saw 3 guys bullying another guy, and then one guy was like, "You don't want to do that, man, and bad things happen." Thanks for the heads up, and he goes, beats up the 3 guys, and helps up the other guy, and the guys walk away. And then in all actuality, he said, "Thanks for the heads up." So, anyways, Toxic Attraction arrives at the arena. Mandy Rose was addressing Roxanne Perez. She says, she's nothing and all that. She better not cash in her contract. And then Roxanne Perez came out with Cora Jade. She goes, "As much as I want to be the NXT Women's Champion, but I think being the NXT Women's Tag Team Champions with my best friend will be a whole lot sweeter." But then Chance and Carter came out after their victory over Feroz and Leon. Said, "Hey, they started dissing both Cora Jade and Roxanne Perez." And she goes, "You tell not some flavor of the month." And then both women started brawling, which was something I never thought that I think Kayden Carter and Katana Chance couldn't use a little attitude, a little heel run, and I think that could be something. And Toxic Attraction staying in the ring, just watching the whole thing, laughing their butts off and all that, laughing their cute butts off. I like Gigi Dolan. Anyway, she's my favorite member of Toxic Attraction, Gigi Dolan. But anyways, so you got that. Let's go down the line here. I always take my notes. So, Mackenzie Mitchell interviewed Carmelo Hayes and Trick Williams about retaining the NXT North American title. And they were talking about how Trick Williams shuts down Wesley. And then commercial break happens, and then back, Mackenzie Mitchell interviewed Indy Hartwell for Kiana James to interrupt Hartwell. And Kiana James went on about how Hartwell is a disgrace to women because she's weak-minded and everything else. Well, Hartwell's finally had enough, and she snapped. And she says, "How about you and me next week, one-on-one?" She goes, "Fine, I accept." And she goes, "Nobody likes a beep, female dog." In other words, Kiana James was not happy to hear that. Cameron Grimes went one-on-one with Edris Enofe. It was a heck of a matchup, and Cameron Grimes, with much determination, I think he's trying to send a message to Braun Breaker, who will be challenging for the NXT title at the NXT Great American Bash. And after Cameron Grimes picked up the victory over Edris Enofe, Cameron Grimes went into Edris Enofe's ears, and then they both shook hands and hugged. But then Thea Hale, after graduating high school, was excited about going to Chase U and went to one of the most famous dorms, she says, and then she ends up being roomies with Bodie Hayward. It'll be very interesting to see what's going to happen. Von Wagner and Brooks Jensen were getting hyped up by their respective friends. Von Wagner with Mr. Stone, Sophia Cromwell. Brooks Jensen with Josh Briggs and Fallon Henley. And but then we hear that Miss Nikita Lyons, last time we saw her, she was part of the tournament, breakout tournament, but a slight torn MCL had forced her to withdraw from the tournament, and she says she's coming back next week. Can't wait to see the lovely Nikita Lyons back in action. It'll be awesome. And Braun Breaker talked to Cameron, actually, Brooks Jensen went one-on-one with Von Wagner. Von Wagner tried to hurt Brooks Jensen's thumb, but in the end, Von Wagner did end up picking up the victory over Brooks Jensen. By the way, both parties were banned from ringside, by the way. Some of these Cromwell and Mr. Stone were banned from ringside, and Brooks Jensen and Fallon Henley were banned from ringside. Then Braun Breaker ended up talking to Cameron Grimes. That's what Cameron Grimes want to see out there. And then Cameron Grimes goes, "No, you don't, because if this Cameron Grimes shows up, he'll be the next NXT champion," and walks away. And then Joe Gacy talks to the Dyad, because you're about to pack up and then go home, but I talked to you, and every time I'm helping guide you, you used to taste gold in the past. I said, so the Dyad's a former tag team champions. The question is, who are they? Could they be the grizzled young veterans? So the only clue I got from for the Dyad is they're former tag team champions. That means under different names. Interesting, to say the least. Alba Fyre went one-on-one with Lash Legend, and the match was good until Lash Legend used Alba Fyre's bat, causing disqualification, and Fyre wins that match by DQ. Main event, the North American title were on the line. Carmelo Hayes went one-on-one with Tony D'Angelo defending the title, and it was a heck of a fight until, referee was checking on, it was keeping the parties outside the ring, and then Tony D'Angelo was give it to me, and then Santos Escobar got it in his pocket, I think it was brass knucks, and flung it over to Carmelo Hayes, who uses it without the referee looking. 1, 2, 3. Carmelo Hayes retains the title, but that got Mr. D'Angelo very upset, and you know what? Good. I think Legado del Fantasma needs to be on their own. They need their freedom, and that's what's going to happen. Well. It seems like to me this episode of WEML-TV Channel 77 NXT 2.0 Event Center is about finished up. 2 matches happening next week. Sanga going one-on-one with Zion Quinn, and there will be a number 1 contenders match for the NXT Women's Tag Team Champions as Kayden Carter and Katana Chance will take on the team of Cora Jade and Roxanne Perez. That's going to be a heck of a matchup. So, to conclude this episode, I wish you all the peace and love throughout your lives and the blessing of the Lord Jesus Christ from Him above to me and from me to you. Alright, I will see you guys later. And I will see you guys later. You guys have a wonderful day and wonderful night, I should say, because it's night out. So, God bless. Peace.